I'm Dr. Krista Jordan, and I'm a clinical psychologist in private practice in Austin, Texas. Today I wanted to talk about avoidant attachment. I know attachment's been getting a lot of press over the last 5-10 years, which is great because the theory was originally developed in the 40s and kind of was sequestered away in the ivory tower of academia and not really brought into the public sphere very much. And I think it is a brilliant theory that really helps us understand so much of human behavior well into adulthood. So I'm very excited that people are getting interested in attachment. So avoidant attachment is one of the insecure styles, and for the deep dive on attachment, I'm going to link to a blog at the end of this video. But for today, we're just going to talk about the avoidant style, which is one of the insecure styles. This style in the research is also called dismissing or anxious avoidant. I think the fact that some of the early researchers termed it anxious avoidant is actually really important because a lot of people see especially avoidantly attached adults as lacking anxiety, and that's not actually true. They do actually struggle quite a bit with anxiety, but it is disconnected and kind of cut off and suppressed. So these folks in early childhood, by 18 months old, had already learned that they really needed to rely on themselves, that their caregivers might have been distracted, overwhelmed, busy, or their caregivers might have just prioritized really teaching the children to be independent at a young age. And so consequently, when they made bids to their parents to try to get needs met, they often realized that that wasn't going to work out and that they needed to take care of themselves. So any insecurities or anxiety that they might have tends to get suppressed, and then they just push forward and become really sturdy, competent adults. So again, this might make them look as adults as though they don't need anybody and they're super independent, but underneath that, they have the normal human needs for love and support and care and help. So these little kiddos, again, by 18 months, have figured out that they really need to be independent, and that if they have a feeling inside of them that they want connection or they want help or they want support, that probably isn't going to work out for them. And so even as young as 18 months, they've already learned to kind of suppress those attachment needs that are so normal in humans and most mammals. So they shut down those attachment needs in themselves. And this causes them also to not really be able to recognize those attachment needs in other people. They've sort of taken this whole package of needing help and support and care and just decided not to pay attention to it in themselves or in other people. And again, this causes them to look emotionally aloof or cold. People might say that they're hard to get close to, or that they seem fiercely independent. So as a romantic partner, this can kind of start to cause some problems because in romantic partnerships, we sort of expect that our partner will feel warm and close and depend on us, and then we can depend on them. And dependency needs are something that people with the avoidant style feel really uncomfortable with. And again, it's not just that they're uncomfortable with their own needs for dependency, but they're probably going to be uncomfortable with your needs for dependency also. And I think it's really important to remember that this all comes from just an adaptation that happened before they were even 2 years old. So they're not choosing to be this way, and they're not doing it consciously. So I think it's really helpful to have some compassion that these are just little guys who had to figure out how to get by with parents who were not capable of or comfortable with attending to a lot of the normal dependency needs in early childhood. So when these folks get into adulthood, if they want to work on these issues, they certainly can. You can go to individual therapy or couples therapy. And the therapy really involves going back and re-experiencing some of those childhood feelings around wanting connection, wanting help, wanting support, feeling needy. And these are things that, again, are kind of difficult for the avoidant person to get in touch with. But with the help of a therapist, they can begin to recognize that, oh, wow, even though I haven't been paying attention to it for a very long time, I do actually have needs for closeness and to be dependent and interdependent with another person. And so when we can sort of go and reclaim that part of the self that has been shut down for a long time, that then opens them up to have deeper, richer connections with partners, with friends, with their own children. So I think there's a really wonderful opportunity for people with the avoidance style to do some really deep therapy work that can help them to reclaim what they had to shut down in early childhood as a survival mechanism. So I hope that this information is helpful. And again, if you want more information about attachment or about the avoidance style in particular, I'm going to link to some blogs here and also some great books. So thank you for watching and take care.